Boom, 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 boom. Hey, good morning. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. How are you all doing? Mr. 220,000 view kid. You crazy. Anyway, this is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I'm Greg Mester, your Agile coach, Scrum Master, and we're here to talk about, hey, crazy boy, making faces. I saw those the other day. We're here to talk about Agile and Scrum and how you can use them to get home to your family and friends and have some fun and to grow your business, to add value. I think a lot of companies are practicing Agile. They just don't know it. And if they were able to practice it every day, their business would skyrocket. And do it in such a way that you're not working 60 hours a week, 10-hour days, um, balancing work and life and having a little fun along the way. And I'll be honest with you, it's a little late. It's like 6:48, so 6:47 started, right? This is number 247th episode. One thing I know about getting up early, you cannot stay up late because it just does not work. And I guess I was thinking I could stay up late and get up early. No, it doesn't happen. I was watching a little bit of TV, doing some stuff, reading some stuff, catching up. I just know news is depressing. Don't want to watch the news. Kind of don't want to watch TV either because that's boring. You can only watch so many shows and things like that. I just paused. Eddie's over there making faces in the video. I don't know if that helps me any, but it's a Wednesday. It's slow, as you can tell. I'm just not.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday, right? Middle of this coronavirus. Trying to get out, do some stuff today. Yesterday was raining. We did go out and play a little bit of football, right? We played football catch with you and your sister, so that was cool. Just a soft, foamy ball. Tossed it. Had to do hug the wall when people came by. I got it. When people came by. I got some time out. Hopefully, get some more time out today. So today, I want to talk about two things: panicking when you have two events happening at the same time, and just talking about past what people do, and then leaving the computer alone for a little while and getting away from it. So first thing I'll talk about is more of an Agile Scrum thing. You have these events, right? You have your sprint planning, you have your daily Scrum, you have your sprint review, you have your retrospective, right? So many times over my career, I've had Scrum Masters and teams going, "Oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? We're having a company picnic." At the same time, whenever we get back to having company picnics, I don't know what this coronavirus, who knows if they're an old thing of the past. Or we got this all hands. How are we going to get all this stuff done? Or in some cases, if you're doing safe, your sprint ending is in the middle of your PI planning event because it's just the way it happened and things like that. And people panic. And I'm like, why are you panicking? It's okay. We just move it to the day before, the day after. It's no big deal. Really? Like, yeah, just, these dates and times and your points and all, it's all artificial values. It really doesn't equate to value. It's just a way of compartmentalizing the value, and it's okay to shift them around a little bit. People get all uptight about that, and it's got to be 2 weeks, got to be on that day. It's always a Wednesday. It's got to be there. I'm like, hey, man, stuff happens, right? If you have an event for your company or your personal life or whatever's going on, it's okay to but you just decide, you talk about your team. So that's the one thing they think they just make a decision. No, ask your team, what do they want to do? Do you want to move the dates earlier or later? Not too much later because you want to keep the same kind of time space around so you can schedule out what you want to do and keep your events in a good way. Like what you don't want to do, retrospective, everybody in the sprint demo. What you don't want to do is do your sprint planning, and then the next day do your demo and retro for the stuff you did in the previous sprint, because it kind of defeats the purpose behind the sprint review and the retrospective, because you're already into the next sprint working. The idea is that you do the review and the retrospective before, so you're getting feedback from the customer before you really start working the next sprint, because maybe you got some critical feedback that you want to incorporate into your sprint planning so that you do that in this upcoming sprint, right? So that is something to think about when you do this. And but that's one of the mistakes people make. And they think, oh, I'll just do my retrospective. Well, it kind of defeats the purpose of the sprint retrospective inside the sprint, right? They don't get that. And they just don't get it. But it's okay to move it. Just don't move it into the next sprint and all that. I just want to clarify that. I heard a couple things over the past couple of days. People are worried about when they're having events and telling everybody to make sure they close things. I'm like, you should have done that a couple of days ago, like before we were doing all this other stuff. You shouldn't wait until the middle of doing this other big event. I mean, it's called facilitation. It's called planning. You plan for it. You just deal with it. You don't ignore it. So many teams are like, oh my God, I didn't realize what's happening. It happens every 2 weeks. Come on, man. Yes, you know it's going to happen. You decide you're going to do it a day earlier or do it a day later, depending on what's coming up. It's not a big deal. So I just want to share that from a practical standpoint with Scrum and Agile, because it's so you see that so much with new Scrum Masters, new teams that don't understand. So next thing I want to talk about is just leaving the computer. There's so much coronavirus stuff out there, and everybody's like, oh, you feel better. Oh, let's all take virtual test classes. Oh, let's all watch videos. Look, get away from the damn computer. I'm going to say it. Get away from the computer. So much all day. Sat in the PI conference all day, just trying to fix issues, watch people doing stuff. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. I just want to see what's going on with a couple of people, what they're complaining about. Of course, there's always someone who's going to complain. It's kind of interesting. We're doing a whole virtual PI. And they all complain about something, and I'm like, well, yeah, but that's not really what your problem is. Your problem is this, that, and the other thing. I haven't told them that yet because they're right in the middle, and it doesn't make any sense to tell them that. They ain't going to listen, especially in the middle of the PI planning. Hopefully, we'll retrospective on it, and we'll do it differently next time. But get away from the computer, right? Read, like we talked about, read a book. You're on the computer all day long. You're stuck in your little hole like I am. I'm like stuck in this room all day long watching PI planning and communicating with people and listening to the WebEx meetings and stuff like that all day. Some people, what are you doing? I said, I'm stepping away for a little bit. I'm gonna go walk. We walked around the block a little bit yesterday, right, Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he took his little bike just to ride around the block, just to stretch the legs, get out. It's probably the best remedy for this thing when you're sitting here in front of this computer in a little tiny room all day long. You know, it's not a prison, thank goodness. Feels like it sometimes, right, Bubs? But take a walk. You know, everybody wants to do everything virtual right now. I'm like, enough with the virtual. I don't think people get it. Enough with the virtual already. Enough with the online classes. The nice thing about the online classes to do is when you're in the office and you're changing your environment. But if your environment's the same all day long, going online classes on top of online working 24 hours a day is not fun. And you don't learn anything during that period, I'm just saying. So take a break, walk around, leave the computer, stretch your legs, do that a couple times a day so that you can make it through the day. If you stay in one spot all day, you're not going to make it. Get some exercise, hit the bike, run around with kids, whatever. So this is a really slow 5am Mester Scrum show because I'm so tired. But you know what? I'll call it quits today. Don't have to do a lot of things every day. Just a couple things. Just remember, if you have conflicting events, it's okay to move them out a day. It's, the world ain't going to come to an end. It's an arbitrary number. Velocity is an arbitrary number. There's really no value associated with velocity. It's just to give you and your team some keynotes to look forward to what you can do and how you're doing it and trying to measure yourself and your team. So many people abuse that. And then just step away after you watch the video or whatever. I usually go ride the bike, make some coffee, do things. Just step away, walk around a little bit. Don't watch TV. That's all I gotta say. It's too depressing. People are depressing. Just enjoy life. Look at the sky, look at the birds. The birds and the bees and the animals, they're loving this because there's no humans. So they're having a good old time. They're probably like, what the hell are wrong with these humans? They're all stuck in their houses. None of them are outside. Right, Head? You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, the birds are all flying around our house yesterday. Where do the humans go? So have a great day. Enjoy your Wednesday. Ring the bell. We'll probably try to do some more TikTok videos or something like that. Post them up them. And we'll see how that goes. With that, take care. Have a good day. Enjoy. See you later. Oh, don't forget, try to talk to your local businesses. Keep them going, the little small businesses. We're going to get some ice treats today. Take care. Bye.